So we have a very interesting strawberry moon happening. It's the full moon in Capricorn. And as always, we have the 5-day window, the 2 days before and the 2 days after. There are 3 things that you must look out for during this time. We're going to break it down in this video. But before we get into it, show reel, hit it. Namaste everyone, Namo Himalaya, this is Sri Akarshana here, and in this video I want to break down for you 3 key things that you need to look out for, especially when it comes to protecting your energies and also navigating your way flowing through this full moon portal. It's very significant, especially for our manifestations. So we're going to dive deep into it. Please get your notepads ready, and let's start with point number 1. So point number 1, as we always say, when full moon opens up, it opens up a high energy portal. Now we all know when energy is high, it means that energy in motion is running wild, meaning your emotions will start to run wild. We also always say that when emotions are high, intelligence is low. So I recommend that everybody during this time, right, is to have more time for yourself and stay away from chaotic environments, people who you know may trigger you. Because when you're around people like that, people who are full of chaos and full of drama, then it's highly likely to take you down a downward spiral. So it's very important to know how to protect our energies during this time. Now, we need to understand that point number 1 will intertwine with point number 2 and number 3. It's very closely tied. Usually, I say stay away from people. But there are some points or some types of people that it's going to be very good for you to hang around with during this full moon. And the reason behind that is because when we get onto the second point, understanding that it's the full moon in Capricorn. Now, first of all, let's take note of what Capricorn is offering us. Capricorn is offering us good foundations to be rooted with. So you're going to feel that grounding. You're going to feel it's time to set the foundation strong. And it's a good time for you to see whatever big plans you have for your future, whatever manifestations you're wanting, whatever dreams and goals that you have, is to work on yourself. Always remember, you can only attract what you want in life once you become the perfect alignment vessel. Right? When everything within us is aligned, then we get what we want. But a lot of the time, people don't work on that foundation work. They always seek outside for what they want, instead of diving deep inside. When you dive deep inside, you ask yourself the question, with all the manifestations that I'm looking for right now, right, do I match that vibrational frequency? Is it strong? Is it solid? Or do I feel some fear or doubts here and there? And if you feel fear and doubts here and there, it's a very good time to start letting go of those things. To start working on your blind spots. To start working on those blockages, those thoughts that may have been holding you back. Now your question may be, so how do I start working on those? Okay? Well, I always say, well, the first step to change is awareness. First, listen to your feelings. Listen to your negative thoughts or doubts that may be popping up. Whenever you think of your dreams and goals, the things you're looking to manifest, what comes up? Is there any negative thoughts? Is there any disbelief? And it's important to take ownership of that, because some people, they shove it under the carpet and think, oh, no, it's okay, I need to be positive thinking. No, you need to have the awareness. You also need to have the courage to admit to your own blind spots, because when you do, when you can see it, then you can change it. So see it, acknowledge it, accept it for what it is right now, but also come to the courage in knowing that what it is right now does not need to be what it is moving forward. So during this full moon portal, I highly encourage everybody to start diving deep inside, working on all the foundations that you know. What are your weakest links right now? Right? Maybe you're wanting to become rich. What is your weakest link? It may be money management. So work on those foundations. Maybe you're wanting to attract the love of your life, but whenever you see somebody who you feel connected with, you fear. Maybe you need to work on the foundation of communication. So start noting those things down and start working on it. This is a great opportunity portal to start working on those weakest links, setting those foundations. Now, while we have Capricorn working a lot on the deeply rooted stuff, so it's very good for grounding practices during this time, by the way, we've also got another part of it. It's going to actually increase your productivity. And do let me know inside the chat if you guys can relate to this already, that while this full moon portal is opening up, you're feeling a little bit more active than usual. Maybe usually you're feeling a little bit lazier. This time you're feeling, hey, I want to do things. You feel that desire to do things. So if you feel it, guess what? You got to flow with those energies. You got to listen to that gut instinct. You got to go with the flow. Because when you do and you become more productive during this time, those will sow very, very powerful seeds for the manifestations to blossom in the coming months. Now, moving on to the final part. The final part, this particular full moon is coinciding with the summer solstice. Now, what does that mean? Well, it's the longest light period in the year. So it's the longest daytime. Now, I'm not sure you guys are aware of this, but it's kind of like the opposite of when we usually speak about solar eclipses. Many people, they see solar eclipse, they say, hey, it looks beautiful. Let's go out there, let's take some photos and things like that, and let's celebrate. Actually, solar eclipse is not a good time to celebrate because you may be unconsciously celebrating that dark energy is rising. Think about it. When light is being covered up, what are you getting? Well, you're getting the minus, you're getting the negative. The negative energies are at play, right? And this is not good or bad, it just is. It's the world of polarity, duality that we live in. So, in the opposite side, what do we have? We have something like a summer solstice where it gives you more light than ever before. So, on the full moon day, aside from you having more hours in the daytime, it also means that positive energies are working extra hours. Positive energies are working overtime. Now everybody should be celebrating like crazy right now and listening to that. Now the question for you is, are you going to be working with the positive energies during the same day? Because if you do, guess what? You are co-creating alongside the universe. So my biggest recommendation for everybody, aside from you might naturally feel a little bit more positive than usual, you might naturally be receiving some good news more than usual. You might naturally be seeing some rewards coming in. But aside from that, my question to you is, are you taking everything throughout these days, throughout this portal, taking a positive perspective in everything? Because always understand, life can only represent the perspective that you give it. You see, you can have what people will deem as a bad day, but there could be someone on the other side of the world who goes through a very similar day to yours and they call it a fortunate day. So what's the difference? The difference is purely perspective. We always say what you focus on expands. My encouragement for everybody during these 5 days is to, no matter what challenges pop up, what positivity, if positivity comes your way, open arms, be a good receiver. If something that challenges you come along the way, then take a different perspective of it. Always remember, you never fail, but you learn. Okay? Always remember, every challenge is a blessing in disguise. The challenge allows you to grow. You will realize that it doesn't matter what things pop up. If you can take a positive perspective, I always say if you can see the light, you will find the light. I always say if you can look up, you can get up. So if you have that perspective, you will see actually all the dark clouds or anything that's been stopping you before, it will all start clearing. Because where focus goes, energy flows and results show. And so you're going to see a lot of positive results coming in the next few days for you. This is what I wanted to cover for this particular full moon. If you got anything out of it whatsoever, or if you just relate to any things that were said and you feel those energies already, please do hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Also comment below, let us know where you guys have tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to this channel and you haven't already, remember to hit the subscribe button and the notifications button next to it. That's a little bell sign, by the way, because now we're back to daily videos to hold you accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we are signing out. Love and prayers for all of you. Happy full moon. Namo Himalaya.